Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Mario is here, Ali, and Hercules Gomez joins us as well. I heard you were in Las Vegas last night.
I was.
Flew in today.
Oh, no. I was in Las Vegas yesterday morning. I flew in last night to do Football Americas.
Wow, okay. So where did you watch the game?
First half in my car, driving.
Right.
Wow, don't say that out loud.
Wow. Don't you have a driver? Did no one pick you up?
That's what I meant.
Right. Should have said.
Exactly.
Pick you up, just shout at you about everything.
Exactly.
There are reports coming out that Lionel Messi might come back to Europe for a 6-month spell before the 2026 World Cup. Where do you think he should go and why? Hercules?
Well, I hope he doesn't go anywhere. It seems fairly convenient that somebody in Messi's camp would leak this, and then Major League Soccer would give it to Fabrizio Romano.
Oh.
And it seems like both are trying to, one decrease that price, the other one increase that price. I hope he doesn't go anywhere because it's one of these situations where he does leave, it's going to be detrimental to Major League Soccer. But if I were to choose somewhere, I don't know why I keep thinking he and Pep Guardiola just make perfect sense. A city.
Right.
Yeah.
He's very old.
He is.
Did you see him against PSG?
I did.
Because I didn't.
And did you see the second half against PSG?
Oh, that's right. There we go. What gear were PSG in at that stage?
Well, yeah, they were under substitution about the.
Lionel Messi is not going anywhere.
No.
He's got a comfortable gig at Inter Miami, and he's going to do what he needs to do, not necessarily for Inter Miami. He's going to do what he needs to do for Inter Miami, for himself. In preparation, he knows his body, he knows what he requires, he knows what he needs in preparation to the 26th World Cup. That's what we're going to see from Lionel Messi. And up until that 2026 World Cup, if you're Inter Miami and you're an Inter Miami fan, you should be excited because I think you're going to see, when he decides to play, the best version of Lionel Messi as he builds up his momentum going into the World Cup.
What do you reckon, Mario? Wigan?
No, come on now. No, but when you talk about a player like that, you understand, with that much experience, football is at a different level now. The time when we were playing, you understand, we were already taking care of certain aspects, but not at the level where football is right now. And a Messi player, what Ali said, I totally agree. He's going to prep himself to be ready for that particular tournament. He did it to the one, like, he didn't just win it, he prepped also for that tournament when he won it. So now coming in, even if this is going to be his last tournament, he doesn't want to go to that tournament and just run around and have jokes around. No, because he's going to, a guy at that level wants to perform and show the world, like, listen, I still got it in me, and I walk around. When I leave the game, I leave it with my head up. And that is what he's all about.
And he's walking into a team in Argentina that while they could use Lionel Messi to win games, they don't necessarily need Lionel Messi to win a lot of the games that they play. They'll need him for the magical moments, and that's what Lionel Messi is going to try to provide.
Mario, with Napoli reportedly interested in Darwin Núñez and Liverpool exploring striker options, could a swap deal involving Victor Osimhen and Núñez be a realistic solution for both clubs? Osimhen to Liverpool?
This is something... Yeah, this is something that we prior had this conversation. We talked about this, you understand, especially also, you know, a lot of people are discussing this because I think it could be an easy option, but I don't know if Napoli, their board and the people that make the decision want to make it that comfortable and say like, okay, let's swap him around because he went to Turkey. That was for me already a shaking, like regardless people would say like, oh no, it was a good deal. Yeah, it was a good deal. Okay, maybe it was a good deal, but come on. If Osimhen would have gotten the deal that he got in Turkey and got it in England, I'm not sure if he would have gone to Turkey. So for me, if they can make this deal happen, you didn't have him for one season. Núñez, you understand, he's looking like he's going to leave the club. Then swap him around and you know, like maybe he feels more comfortable in playing in Italy and Osimhen feels good playing at Liverpool.
Mario, if you were Eze at Crystal Palace, would you join Arsenal or Spurs?
If you Eze, would you Crystal? Arsenal or Spurs? No. Look, I don't like saying it, but I will go to Arsenal, my friend, because this is like, you know, like the way he plays. This is the way he plays football. He's tactically very gifted, very savvy, and that doesn't mean like I also say it because I don't think Spurs could take a player like him. But I think Spurs, regardless if they won that trophy, they still have to build a lot more than Arsenal have to do. So I would go as a player to say like, hey, they are closer to winning the league than Spurs is going to be. So I'm going there.
Always Mario supporting Arsenal's cause. You can guarantee that.
Shocking.
No.
That's all right, Mario. That's fine. It's like the things you say off air to me. That's fine. Don't worry.
Wow, okay.
Hey, I'm wearing blue, my friend. I don't know if you like this color, but I'm wearing blue and I don't have a problem with it.
No, I understand. Very good. Well, Chelsea, I suppose, have been busier than Arsenal so far. Right then, Herc, which of these field conditions impact your playing ability the most? Temperature, wind, precipitation, or field state? Rain.
Field state.
Right? So bad field's the worst,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You want me to make it in order?
Yes, please.
Okay, I would go field state, temperature, wind, precipitation.
Rain's
And-
fine.
Yeah, I don't mind rain. I think sometimes playing in CONCACAF.
Snow, you played in this big famous snow game.
The Snow Classico,
Yeah.
yes, in Denver, Colorado. But
Scared to play Costa Rica in real conditions.
that wasn't even the worst. I mean, if you've ever played in San Pedro Sula under the hot
Well, I have.
sun,
Who hasn't?
the grass goes up to your knees, and the fan base is like literally on top of you. It's 4 o'clock. The sun is beating down. That's some harsh weather conditions, but the field I think is the most important.
Okay.
And you get a lot of that in CONCACAF. That's what I would probably think affected me the most.
I think all these things are related.
Right.
And so, because the temperature tends to, and the precipitation obviously tends to affect the field state. If you've ever played in a really cold weather where you can't feel your feet and the field underneath you is rock hard, it's incredibly difficult to play the game because you have no feel for the ball.
Right.
Your feet are frozen, so you have no feel for the ball. It's difficult to play this game when you have no feel for the ball. It's just basic stuff, that's all I'm saying. But all these things are actually connected. You have temperature, you have precipitation, that hurts the feel, and if you add wind to that, then it's an absolute nightmare.
I'll echo what Ali's saying about how it's connected. When I was in Seattle, we played a game against Portland on turf, and that turf made it so much hotter. I felt like my feet were melting. I felt like, cleats were melting. It was one of the most difficult games I've ever played in my life. Playing on turf in the middle of that sun, it's not an easy thing to do.
Mario?
Yeah, I played hell. I never forget that day. Moscow away for the Champions League, my friend. I was so young. I came on the field. Toes were frozen. And we come on the field and you could not even walk because some of the parts of the field were hard and slippery. So you had to wear studs, but also play on rubbers. So it was like a difficult thing. But what I say, like for me, I would say the same what the guy said, you understand? Look, but one of the key things probably, like, I hate the wind. The wind is like, you know, sometimes you can get away with a certain type of field, but the wind is annoying. But then the field will probably speak afterwards, because if the wind, you know, sometimes you play a game, you kick the ball away and it comes straight back at you. That's so annoying. That's not playing football anymore.
Got a wind when
that's annoying, man.
Yeah. That is some English
That's so
wind.
bad. That's so bad.
What did you? Well, this is asking if you had to experience. I imagine you did experience, Herc, in your time, a 2-hour match delay.
Yes.
What's
yes.
it like, and what do you do during it?
Oh man, you try to stay warm. It was in Tampa. We were playing against Antigua and Barbuda with the U.S. men's national team. We just started warming up, so we're 20 minutes into the warm-up, and they called us back into the dressing room. And it was over 2 hours, and you're sitting in the dressing room, and you have these warm towels on you. You're trying to just keep moving, but not moving enough where you get too tired. It's very difficult, and I would imagine it's much more difficult post-30 than if you're 22 years of age. And I was post-30, and it really took me some time to get going once the game started. It's not an easy thing to do at all.
For the first 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes, you're still in game mode.
Right.
You're still sweating a little bit. You're still high. You're still, I'm excited about this. And after about half an hour that nothing's happening and nothing's about to happen anytime soon, then it ends up actually devolving into, let's play little games inside the locker room. So you end up sitting around the locker room and juggling the ball from one to each other and try to get the ball into a trash can that's at the end of the locker room, not allowing the ball to drop, that sort of thing. Or you play a little bit of soccer tennis. So, and then you do that for half an hour and you're like, okay, well, now what?
Yeah.
The thing
Now
is,
what?
correct me if I'm wrong, but in Major League Soccer, they go in 30 to 45-minute increments until you get the next one. Hey, another 30.
So like Ali was saying,
so you got to keep going after so much time. It's very difficult.
Mario, have you experienced weather delays?
Yeah, I think when I was a pro, I didn't really have it because it doesn't really happen that much. But when I was a younger boy, yeah, I definitely had moments like that. But what Ali said, yeah, we play games in the dressing room because they gotta keep you busy, because if not, you understand, you had a tournament, and it happens at tournaments quite a bit, and then you're standing there, you're annoyed. But when you play the game, you forget about it. It's one English game, and I will not call the name of what it's called, but it's like you have one touch, and if you drop it, after maybe, four mistakes, they flick you on your ear. Oh my God, I'm telling you, Dan. We played that game all the time. Even when I was Chelsea in the first team, we played it. And I learned that game from Dennis Wise, and they will hurt you. Every time you make 4 mistakes, the whole group can flick you. Then your ear is red. And then you play the game again. Oh my God, we did it so many times.
Oh, someone on this panel would be quite an easy target for
I
a game as well, wouldn't they?
Don't drop the ball.
All I got out of that was that Mario was terrible at this game.
Well,
That's all I
Hey,
Mario wakes up with cold
look at my
sweats.
ears. Look at my ears. I got no big ears, my friend. So I was good. I was
Don't
safe.
touch Mario's ears. That's what we learned today.
Very sensitive.
ESPN FC returns to your screens tomorrow. We'll be reflecting on Manchester City in action tonight, plus Juve, of course, taking on Real Madrid. Football Americas will be tomorrow, huh?
Yes, tomorrow and post-game on Wednesday.
Wow, you're doing a lot at the moment.
Woo!
Ali's there too.
I'm there Tuesday. Wow. Not Wednesday.
Wow. Got something to tell you.
It's like the midnight one, you didn't know that.
Exactly.